Namaste students, Mesha Khosrovitia. I am JV'n's Dr. Neeraj Dholia, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Jayoti Vidhyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. So today we are here again to study the topic Essence of Activation Changes in the Organization of the Egg Cytoplasm. So this topic was incomplete in the previous lecture. So we will resume it and continue. So this topic comes under the subject developmental biology. Okay. So we will start with the activation of egg. So the activation of egg starts with the stimulation of the male gamete. Okay. So the adenyl cyclase is known as the secondary messenger here, and it starts making of the cyclic AMP in the egg cytoplasm. So the cyclic AMP transfers the information from the male gamete or male nucleus, and it stimulates the plasma membrane of the egg. So it is the secondary messenger, and the primary messenger will be male gamete itself, the nucleus of the male gamete, because it carries the information of the genetic information of the male and transfers it to the female. So the processes or the changes or the reactions which occurs in the egg cytoplasm is known as the gynogenesis. Okay, so what reactions occurs in the gynogenesis we will study here. So the reactions of egg starts the stimulation of the male gamete starts the secondary maturation divisions in the egg. So the secondary maturation divisions we have studied in the oogenesis process, in which one polar body is created and one matured egg is created. So this is the secondary maturation divisions. Uh, the stimulation of the male gamete creates a formation of the receptor cone in the plasma membrane of the female gamete. Okay, so a cone-like structure is created with the plasma membrane of the egg, and this cone accepts the male gamete. Okay, this engulf the male gamete. So this process of engulfing the male gamete by the plasma membrane of the egg is a phagocytotic process. Okay, so you know about the phagocytosis in the immunology. May have heard about the phagocytosis, that the immune cells phagocyte or engulf the bacteria, viruses, or the dead particles and destroy it. Okay, so it engulf because the male gamete is a mm, uh, haploid in nature. So it is like a foreign structure for the egg. So the reactions of the egg, the formation of the fertilization membrane is there. So the fertilization membrane is created below the vitelline membrane of the egg. Okay, so the vitelline membrane is already present there, and when the male gamete activates the egg, the formation of the fertilization membrane below the vitelline membrane is there, and the width of the perivitelline membrane increases. Okay, along with the fluid which is present in the perivitelline space, known as the perivitelline fluid, is also increases. So the increment of the perivitelline fluid and the perivitelline membrane, that is also known as the fertilization membrane, they prevent the polyspermy in the egg. So what is the polyspermy? Polyspermy is a process where more than one sperms will fuse with the egg. Okay, so this should not be there for a healthy animal. Only one male gamete will fuse with the one egg cell. Okay, so this should be stopped. So they help to stopping or preventing the polyspermy in the egg. So there are two types of the polyspermy: pathological polyspermy and the physiological polyspermy. So pathological polyspermy is a diseased condition in that more than one sperms will fuse with egg, and in this condition the embryo will die in the future, and it will not grow in an animal. So, what is the physiological polyspermy? In the physiological polyspermy, more than one male gametes will enter in the egg, but only one male gamete will survive there, and rest of the male gametes will dissolve or die in the egg cytoplasm. Okay, so uh, with the stimulation of the male gamete of the egg, the few changes are also there. One is the important change is the uh, permeability of the plasma membrane. So the permeability of plasma membrane will be changed. It will increase the permeability for the calcium ions, potassium ion, and the hydrogen ions. Okay, so calcium ions neutralizes the cytostatic factor in the egg cytoplasm. So what are the cytostatic factors? Cytostatic factors are the factors which prevent the cleavage divisions in the unfertilized egg. Okay, so the cytostatic factors are the factors which prevents the cleavage divisions in the unfertilized egg. So calcium ion is helpful for neutralizing the cytostatic factors, and along with the stimulation of the male gamete causes the start in the hydrogen sodium pump in the plasma membrane of the egg. So what is the hydrogen sodium pump? So this pump, the in when this pump is activated, the sodium ions will leak out from the egg cytoplasm, and the intake of the hydrogen ions is increased. So due to the increased intake of the hydrogen ion in the egg cytoplasm, acidic condition will be developed in the egg cytoplasm, and this acidic condition is activates or is responsible for the activation of the various enzymes, various digestive enzymes in the egg cytoplasm. So the digestive enzymes will release the messenger RNAs from the informosomes, and the released messenger RNAs starts the formation of the various enzymes, which starts the various metabolic activities in the egg cytoplasm. So one enzyme, that is the NAD kinase, will be activated. It increases the NADP in the egg cytoplasm, and this NADP increase the respiration rate in the egg, and the overall energy is developed in the um, egg, and this energy is helpful in the embryonic development. So further, what is the future of the male gamete in the egg? So the male gamete is the sperm, and the in the most of the animals, the head and middle part is entered in the egg, and the tail part remain outside. Okay, in the mammals, the whole male gamete is introduced into the egg. So in the egg cytoplasm, when the sperm or the male gamete enters into the egg, it reverts at 180 degrees Celsius, and it traverses or take a path towards the female nucleus, and finally they merges at a position. Okay, so first of all, in the egg cytoplasm, only three components of the male gametes will survive, rest of will dissolve. So what are the three components? One is the nucleus, second is the proximal centriole, and third is the mitochondria. So only these three components of the male gamete will survive in the egg cytoplasm. So further, the proximal centriole is divided into the two dater centrioles, and they start the cleavage divisions in the egg cytoplasm. Okay, so here the nucleus of the male gamete is known as the male pronucleus, and the female is known as the female pronucleus, because the cell is one. There is a only one cell and two nucleus. So these two nucleus will form a complete nucleus, and before the formation of the complete nucleus, the parts of the nucleus is known as the pronucleus. Okay, so the pronucleus is there, male pronucleus and the female pronucleus. Okay, so the male and female pronucleuses traverse various paths in the egg cytoplasm and finally merges at a position known as the animal pole. Okay, so the various paths which they traverse are divided into the four types. One is the sperm penetration path. So in this path, the male pronucleus uh, uh, traverse to till the middle line of the egg. Okay, and second is the sperm copulation path, in which the male pronucleus uh, go towards the female pronucleus. Third is the egg copulation path. In this path, the female uh, the female pronucleus uh, traverse towards the male pronucleus. And finally, a cleavage path is also there. In the cleavage path, both the male and female pronucleus go to the final position of the uh, animal pole. Okay, so the final position is the animal pole, and where the male and female pronucleus merges. The process is also known as the amphimixis. So the formation of the phenomenon, when the amphimixis is there, the process of fertilization ends here. Okay, so hope you are satisfied with this digital session, and if you have any query, please write in the comment box. I will resolve your query. And this session is powered by digital version 2 Jyoti Vidhyapeeth Women's University Jaipur. Thank you.